Okay, did you see Hiller's live talking about the Sporty Beth video the other day?
I did not.
Okay, I want to watch this video through with you and get your
Okay.
reactions because it is insane. It's
He
crazy,
always
dude.
roasts her.
No. We're just gonna watch her video.
Oh,
Her
okay.
video is like, it's the craziest thing you'll ever see, bro.
All
Like
right.
when I was watching it, I was like actually in awe. Let me pull it up real quick. Bro. All right, hold on. My computer's being slow.
How come you don't want to accept my money?
Your money?
Yeah.
Because I need you to owe me so I can keep having you come on here.
I'll come on here anytime, man.
Okay, where is it? Go ahead. What?
I was just gonna say, I was like, I don't even know what channel this is on. I don't have your alternate channel.
Yeah, it's like my alternate channel. It's just Mason Startup Uncut.
Uncut. Yeah, I'm uncut too.
Uncut. All right, dude. This is so good. This is so good. Okay, so the titles: CrossFit Opens 25.1 was just damage control and PR spin, ignoring real issues.
Oh, jeez.
And like the picture, the thumbnail is like it's like Lazar and something else.
Virtue signaling at its finest.
But she says some crazy stuff. All right, I'm gonna put it in 2 times speed. Well, 1.5 times speed.
Okay.
Because it's so toxic and so cruel, and for a community that talks about how much it cares about people and how inclusive it's supposed to be, it is the exact opposite. But after watching the open announcement, I felt like I couldn't stay quiet, because what I saw wasn't a celebration of fitness for the community. It was a PR spin, it was damage control, and it was a desperate attempt to try and distract from the issues that CrossFit are actually facing. I'm like nervous. As it started, it relied.
Did you
Okay,
pause
so
it?
what do you think about? Yeah, I paused it. What do you think about what she said? She's like, it was just a PR stunt. I'm like, isn't that like what the whole open is anyway?
Bruh,
Like, why is she surprised by that?
like, I felt like she was saying it like we're just like covering up, like trying to cover up stuff. It's like, bro, we're just trying to work out and like have fun doing fitness. Like, it's time to get on with it. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want us to do?
Yeah. And that's the problem, dude. Like, she's not gonna say what she wants. People do. Bro, it gets so crazy. It gets so good. All right, I'll keep going.
Relied heavily on nostalgia. Lots of people reminiscing about the good old days, lots of footage of where CrossFit started. Nostalgia is a classic marketing tactic. Instead of showcasing how CrossFit is evolving or making meaningful change, it's clinging to the past. That's because the present isn't looking great right now. They're trying to remind people of a time when CrossFit was at its peak and trying to rekindle lost enthusiasm. Firstly, me and my partner were so shocked that it was literally zero.
Okay, I agree with that. Like, yeah, they're just trying to remind us of like when it was good.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Saying like it's a bad thing.
I mentioned of Lazar the whole time. I thought there would be at least like a little thing at the start to just remember him or say something nice about him, or maybe like a few clips of him, just some acknowledgement. But I was so shocked that there was nothing. And while they try and pretend that CrossFit isn't dying and no one's losing enthusiasm and it's not on a downward spiral, it is. The facts are there. No will post like a daily update of how we're doing every single day with open registrations, and it's down like 97,000, something like 37% at the moment. And especially in Europe, they've lost like 40,000 people. After Lazar died at the games, after losing a European man to something that could have been easily prevented, no amount of romanticizing the past is going to make that better. And then, speaking of bringing up people from the past,
do you think they should have said something about Lazar?
I don't, just because like the open and like obviously the open is a path to the games, but it's just like what happened at the games is like, I don't know. There's just so much like, it's just, I don't think we should hyper focus on what happened at the games last year. Like the open is supposed to focus more on like the community, and it's like the celebration. Like I guarantee you this year at the games, they'll tribute Lazar and like do something for him, and like, which I think is cool, and they should, like, either where it's like a memorial workout for him or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. I just like, I do think it's not that like we're forgetting about Lazar, but it's like at some points like we do need to just move on and like do what we want to do with fitness and not have to feel like we're mourning for the rest of our CrossFit fan base career.
Yeah. Do you think they didn't mention him because of like legal stuff?
Wait, what?
Do you think they didn't do like a tribute or anything or mention him because of like legal stuff?
I doubt it, but I mean, I have no idea.
Do you think legally they could if they wanted to?
Like just like talk about him, like
Yeah, or like have even like a little like 30-second tribute at the beginning or end or something like that.
unless like his family specifically, like maybe like asked not to, or they said like or I don't know. Unless I doubt it, but
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think they're I don't know. I don't know how like all the legal stuff works with something like this, but I feel like there could be a possibility that like they're not allowed to talk about.
Definitely not like the details of it.
Yeah. But I also don't know why they wouldn't have. Like even if just at the end it was just like just like a little 30-second tribute or something.
You think they should have then?
Maybe not should have, but like I don't see why they didn't or why
I just think even if they do, like
it's not enough.
it's not like it's still not going to please the people who want it. Like it's not going to be done good enough, or you know, they just like they're going to be like, oh well, that doesn't make up for what you didn't do, and like so it's just like either way, it's like people aren't going to be happy.
Well, and I feel like even if they did use it, people would be like, you're just using that for like attention now.
Yeah.
Or
like,
something
oh,
like
it's
that.
too late. It's too late to act like, you know, the athletes matter, you know.
Yeah, because I feel like even if they did make like put a little tribute or something in there, she would still be making a video saying like that it was bad that they're using that, or like it's too late, or like don't even bother. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going.
The past, they brought out Rich Froning, and of course everything was happening at Mayhem. It never happened there before, and Rich was the first person you see. Bring him out for the first open workout, and for him to actually compete in the first open workout after years of him saying that he wouldn't really do individual competition screams damage control and a desperation to reignite interest. Froning is a legend in the sport. He's not somebody that I'm particularly a fan of, but CrossFit obviously thinks that he can reignite interest within the people that have done it in the past, and also people that are interested in it maybe now. It's undeniable that he's a big name and that a lot of people are interested in him and what he's doing. They know they're losing people, and they're pulling all of the cards that they have. They also make it seem like he decided to do the workout in the moment, but actually it was very clearly planned. There was a voiceover that was pre-recorded. They obviously gathered all of that footage to showcase him. It didn't happen in the moment. They kind of fabricated it to make it look like he decided there and then, but it was definitely a planned thing.
She's saying the open announcement was pre-recorded?
She's saying, you remember how like in the thing they were like, so what do you think, Rich? Do you think you want to do it? And he's like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. She's saying like that was fake.
I mean, I remember I heard Rich talk about this afterwards. He was just like, I mean, it was always like a good chance he was going to do it, but it never was like an absolutely for sure until he knew what the workout was. Like he even said, like if it was like pistols or something, there's like no way he could do it, right? So it was like,
yeah, that's what I saw. He said he wouldn't do it if it was pistols.
Yeah, he was like pretty confident he was going to be able to do it, but it like still wasn't like a for sure thing. And yeah, everybody knew that it was like most likely going to happen. So it wasn't like a gotcha, like, I don't know, or like surprise that people were just like totally appalled by.
Yeah. I like that he did it. I think it would have been cool if they had someone like another kind of like throwback in there too. Maybe like even Hobart or like Dan Bailey.
What if they did
like
Froning,
Rich?
Froning, Bridges, and like Kalipa, like just straight throwback.
That would be so cool.
Dude, that'd be so sweet.
That would have been sick. Yeah.
That would be sweet. Yeah, and who cares? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are trying to rekindle a fire like for the CrossFit community and like save face a little bit because people are like ditching out, but I think people are like ditching out for the wrong reasons, and they're like ditching out from an emotional like appeal. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's CrossFit trying to be like, okay, like I guess we understand like you have feelings negatively, but it's like let's remember like what all the good is about and like how dope this thing is. So it's like. Yeah. There's nothing wrong for them trying to fire people up.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, sick.
We also know that he's close to leadership. In the past, there has been incidents where his whole gym has known about, I think it was a games workout, the step up one, before anybody else. Like nobody else was supposed to know about that workout, but his gym and his people on his training program, his training camp, they were practicing it because they knew about it. We know that he's friends with people within the space, within the company. We already know that it's pretty dodgy and that the relationship they have there shows a bit of favoritism. And he is personally financially invested in the success of CrossFit, obviously. One thing I always notice about American media specifically is that they repeat words constantly.
Okay, one thing that I didn't like that she said is she's like, well, Rich has a specific investment in the success of CrossFit. Because, like, yeah, he does, and so does, like, the 60,000 trainers and 12,000 affiliates.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody has, and all the athletes, like everybody has interest in CrossFit, like doing well.
Yeah, I don't understand that take. Like, she doesn't think that he should like do that, like, have stake in it and try to make it stay relevant. He has passion for it. He loves it. He's in his own affiliate. Of course, he wants it to stay afloat.
And like, especially for him, even if CrossFit HQ went away, like his affiliate would do fine, or his gym would do fine.
Yeah, it's big enough that it would survive.
All right. This next part's pretty good.
Financially invested in the success of CrossFit, obviously. One thing I always notice about American media specifically is that they repeat words constantly. And this is something that I'm interested in generally. In school, we did propaganda from America, like the American dream, and then also like Russia, Germany, even the UK as well. But I've always noticed this in American media, that they repeat words over and over again. And I've always wondered why that was. So recently I started to look into it. Now, CrossFit throughout this broadcast repeated the words community frequently, very frequently. The reason they repeat words is for reinforcement, persuasion, emotional connection, and almost like a subconscious programming technique. They're trying to make you feel something. And they repeated stuff like the good old times a few times as well. Once you noticed it, it was quite obvious. CrossFit is doubling down on the idea of community because it's in crisis mode. Lazar's death, declining.
They're subconsciously programming us, bro.
Bro, she's acting like CrossFit's making like some hate propaganda. So like,
yeah, like it's people... freaking Hitler.
Yeah,
it's like the Nazis freaking burning all the books. And...
Yeah, like how dare us propaganda, like spread propaganda about people fitnessing and exercising and building community because we just actually don't care about lives. That was crazy.
Bro, it gets even better. I'll keep going.
Open registrations and shrinking brands. Like loads of brands don't want to go anywhere near CrossFit right now. They don't want to touch it. So CrossFit are using this repetition of words like community to reinforce loyalty, to prevent members from leaving. This is a common PR crisis tactic. When an organization is struggling, they push the group identity harder. They do this to try and keep people engaged. But unless they address the safety concerns and the other things that have been going wrong in CrossFit, it won't work. Words alone aren't going to stop the decline.
So I've been doing like a lot of like, you've seen like all the research on like CrossFit HQ and like what they should be doing and all this. And I cannot stand the safety thing. Like when people talk about safety.
Yeah.
Like it's like the bottom of the barrel of things that need to be done. Like that need help. Like the last thing CrossFit should be spending all their, like CrossFit HQ should be spending all their money on is like making sure somebody doesn't slip on a weightlifting platform.
Have they talked, like, has HQ talked about, like, I mean, I know they've announced, like, some safety, like, members they brought on board, or I don't know. Like,
yeah. And then the athlete council.
Are you just saying, like, you don't get, like, the people
I'm just saying she's like, until they, CrossFit's not going to change until they address the safety issues and other things that have been brought up. But I'm like, the safety issues are like the last, like, so low on the totem pole.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like the safety of the elite athletes is like so low on the totem pole compared to like everything that like HQ needs to do.
Yeah, from like you saying just like HQ or like the games team. Like, do you feel like these people
HQ.
are like specifically addressing HQ or just like specifically the games team?
Well, here she's kind of addressing like all of CrossFit, right? Because it has to do with the open, and she was saying like people are not doing CrossFit anymore, and like affiliates are leaving, which kind of means she's like talking about all of CrossFit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. Like obviously safety is like it is important, and it's just like I don't know. They just want to highlight the one issue, and I don't know. It's just such a freak accident that it's just like it's not like.
I was gonna say, do you think that like you've competed at semis and stuff? Do you think that like the safety is like bad or like needs a
literally
lot of work?
never even crossed my mind?
Has anything happened at semis that you were like, ooh?
Not that I can think of. Definitely off the top of my head. I mean, no. I'm like obviously I understand the games is different, but it's like it's never even crossed my mind. I mean, it just like
That's interesting. Okay, let's keep going.
the decline. If they truly cared about the entire community, they would elevate more women, the adaptive community, and diverse competitors, rather than thinking of them like an afterthought. And I mentioned women because the Open did not pass the Bechdel test. Now, this is a test. It's a very basic test. You have to have two women that talk to each other. That's it. Those are the only rules. And it basically shows if media is like sexist or not inclusive. There are loads of things that don't pass the Bechdel test. It's actually shocking how many things don't pass the Bechdel test. Basically, CrossFit didn't have two women talking at any point. They had Hayley Adams, and she felt like the token woman in the whole broadcast. There were no female broadcasters, and considering women are 50% of the population and probably around 50% of the people that do the Open, there were very few women on that broadcast. The rest of the Bechdel test is they have to have two women that talk to each other and talk about something else other than a man, but we didn't have two women talking to each other, so that really doesn't feel inclusive. The adaptive athletes were on.
Bro, just imagine living your life trying to just like worry about these types of things and just looking for ways to just like act like there's so many victims out there, and then like just thinking that, dude, I just can't even imagine the amount of mental energy it goes into just feeling that way.
Bro, it must be exhausting.
Dude, this week it's just only two female competitors, Sydney Wells and Emily Rolfe. Like,
well, it's not going to pass the opposite.
They better have a female reporter, or else I'm gonna be pissed.
Dude, isn't that funny? Isn't that crazy?
Bro, it's just like, do something more important in life, please. Why? It's like no one even thought about it being sexist until you brought it up, and now there's like,
no,
what?
Yeah. Well, and there's been a million Open announcements with like just girls.
Dude, CrossFit is the most like neutral sport out there, and it comes to like both sexes. Like, dude, like it's just as fun
Same
to
prize
watch
money.
the women as it is the men, and they have same prize money. And it's like, yeah, the women get just as much viewership as the men do. Like, it's like
the
most equalized sport out there compared to anything. It's not even close.
Dude, isn't that crazy, bro?
It's just so like, dude.
And like, I don't know why. Maybe you can answer this, but like, do you ever get to like, I don't know why, but like, I actually get mad listening to her have some of these takes.
I don't listen to her. I've only heard like videos when Hiller makes stuff and like he puts his.
No, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
when I hear some like what she just said, and then like her little laugh at the end of that, like I felt like rage go through my body.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that extreme for me. I just like shake my head and laugh because I'm just like, I just can't even believe that people are making up those types of situations in their head and just feel that like there's just so much unjust out there they have to just look for and create a problem for.
Wait, I don't even remember how she started this segment.
What afterwards?
Was she saying?
They had Hayley Adams, and she felt like how the entire community. And shrinking brands, like loads of brands don't want to go anywhere near CrossFit right now. They don't want to touch it. So CrossFit are using this repetition of words like community to reinforce loyalty, to prevent members from leaving. This is a common PR crisis tactic. When an organization is struggling, they push CrossFit. It won't work. Words alone aren't going to stop the decline. If they truly cared about the entire community, they would elevate more women, the adaptive community, and diverse competitors, rather than thinking of.
If they cared about the community, they would elevate women. And
so the best way we can grow our community is talking more about minority groups.
Yeah.
Thinking women as a minority group, which it's not. And it's like, yeah, the adaptive athletes are a minority group because it's not as big. And it's like, I mean, I don't know. I know CrossFit like about them, but it's just like.
It's one of those things where, like, if they put like the adaptive athletes on the stream, would you like be super interested in that?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's not that it's not cool or we're not impressed by it. It's just that, like, CrossFit is, titled Forging Elite Fitness and Fittest on Earth type. Like, it's the top people, and like that's what we come to watch. It's not to say that the adaptive is not cool or not impressive. It's just a different spectacle, and that's just not what the Open announcement is. But I do think that I think I heard that the adaptive had their own like post stream, after the Open, that like they did their own thing, and like CrossFit like I think announced that and like redirected it over to them or something, or like said to like head over to whatever. And
Yeah. Okay, dude, we're not even like halfway through. It gets even crazier.
How long is this video?
It's 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
We're 6 in.
Adaptive athletes, they say they support the community, but their actions support the big names and the ones that they selectively like the most. If they supported the community, they would pump more resources into affiliate gyms, everyday athletes, and make the sport feel welcoming for everybody. And I think it's pretty clear that CrossFit isn't that inclusive right now. The trans athlete policy basically stops a load of trans athletes from competing altogether. I've seen loads of videos of trans athletes that have transitioned from female to male, and now they can't compete at all because they can't compete in the women's category because obviously they're on hormone replacement therapy. They're not letting them compete.
Do you think that that's like not inclusive by not letting the trans people compete in the other division?
I mean, I already know that those people think that. Obviously, they just
I feel like they should be allowed to do the open,
like without getting their like scores removed or kicked out.
Yeah.
But not like be able to move on to like a next stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you're a dude and you want to go do the if you were a dude and you are now a girl and you want to like do the open as a girl, you should be allowed to, but you just can't move on to like semis or anything.
Do you think that would piss people off on the leaderboard if you have that person above you though? And I mean,
I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're a girl, like if you're a girl and you're getting pissed off that a dude is above you, like on an open leaderboard, I feel like you could kind of just like brush that off.
Yeah, but I still feel like it would never be enough for those people. Like you tell them that okay, you can do the open, and then but you tell them you can't move on. That well, they're just like it's just not gonna make them feel any better.
Also, do you think? I don't know anything about this, but like, do you think a trans like from a girl to a guy could do well in the guys division?
Absolutely not.
Because dude, couldn't they take like freaking like 1,500, like just have their testosterone like at insane levels?
I mean, I can't speak like factually on this, but I don't think so. Just because, especially because they've already like, if they're already a mature adult, like they already like went through like puberty and all that as a female before, right? So they already like developed like their bone. I mean, like obviously they'd get stronger, but it's just like I think if that stuff didn't happen early on, like they wouldn't have that.
They can't.
I can't articulate what I'm trying to say, but
yeah, like they can't reach that level.
I still don't think they can reach that without having that like foundational growth from like early on, like adolescent years of like when that testosterone and like puberty initially kicks in, and like I don't think it like masks it or makes up for it.
Yeah,
I'm getting hit with tennis balls over here.
Compete in the men's category, so they've just basically stopped them from competing. That does not speak to inclusivity. And when you speak about community, trans athletes have always been part of the community. Women have always been part of the community. Adaptive athletes have always been part of the community. You can't scream community over and over again and be non-inclusive because then it's just empty words, which is exactly how it felt. Many of us, especially women, plus size athletes, and trans athletes, face a lot of online abuse. Yet CrossFit does absolutely nothing to stop this.
I mean, I don't see why they can't still be a part of the community and train and do the methodology. And it's like, I don't know. I guess they want to argue that if they can't do the competition side of things, then they're not fully included.
Do you think she's just like chronically online?
I think everybody's chronically online.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely.
Because she's like, we face a lot of hate on the internet.
Yeah,
but it's like, bro, if she walked into our gym, like everyone would be like so nice to her and like it would just be chill.
Yeah. I think that's everybody's problem. They just like are so hyper focused on what they see and their algorithm, what it feeds to them.
Yeah.
That they're just so used to seeing the type of shit that she posts every day, with the same type of content that she's posting right now, the RageBait stuff, or like the
RageBait. Yeah.
Hey, I
titled this video RageBait.
This video, how many views does it have? I gotta imagine it has a bunch of views because it's some hot takes.
2.6 thousand.
How many?
2.6 thousand, and I bet you like all of them are from Hiller.
Yeah, so it's not as many as I would thought.
I titled this video our live RageBait MasterClass.
Yeah,
because there's no way she's not doing this on purpose.
Yeah, she's trying to get a reaction for sure. She wants Hiller to make a video about her.
It gets even better, dude.
Other organizations take stands against harassment, but CrossFit stays silent. And not only does it stay silent, but it actively supports some of the people saying the least inclusive, most offensive things in the space. They stay silent, and then they invite the people spreading this hate and abuse to the CrossFit Games, to film, to make content, to do whatever they want. That does not speak to inclusivity. That is not caring about their community. Their refusal to do anything about this makes it feel unwelcoming. I'm not that
Who do you think she was talking about?
Savon for sure. Oh my god.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be
about the actual
non-inclusive?
workout announcement.
Wouldn't it be
What did she say?
non-inclusive to cancel them and to not involve them, right? Because they're not including
Yeah.
everybody. Isn't that just
Yeah, dude,
hypocritical? What she just said.
That's a good point.
So funny.
You got to include everybody, even the
Gotta
people
include
you hate.
everybody, regardless,
Even the mean
regardless
people.
of what they say or how they feel, or it doesn't matter.
Sevon was just born mean. He can't help it.
Yeah. Born funny.
Announcement. Obviously, I was watching it because I wanted to see what the workout was going to be. The workout looked boring. It was pretty similar to last year's, but with lunges. A lot of people in the comments were saying that it looks like they're trying to attract people from High Rocks. That's not going to happen. As somebody that does High Rocks, people that do High Rocks like in-person competitions, they don't want to do CrossFit. They don't want to do the complex gymnastics and the Olympic weightlifting. A lot of them are runners. They don't care about CrossFit. Honestly, I personally lost interest in the open workouts when they stopped doing like heavy Olympic lifts. And
Bro, anybody who says a workout looks boring is because they're not fit. I had someone in the affiliate tell me how boring and not interested they thought this workout was, and I straight up told them that I was like, that's a terrible take, and I was like, the only reason why this workout wasn't better for you is because you didn't choose to go hard enough in it, and like you're just not fit enough. What do you think about that?
I disagree.
Really?
I think sometimes it just comes down to like rep schemes and like the way things fit together is just like some things are funner than others.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that there's not workouts that aren't funner than others, but it's like that's such a cop-out thing to say, like, oh, the workout's just like boring, or I mean, it doesn't matter because I mean that's what CrossFit is like. Whatever comes out of the hopper, it can be any and anything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's exciting or not. It doesn't mean it's basically whether it's still a test of fitness and it can be done or not. And it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the High Rocks thing was.
I don't think they're trying to appeal to High Rockers. I think they're trying to appeal to freaking like just people who aren't that fit.
And yeah, you're right. People who do High Rocks don't like to do harder things. It's because it's easier. They can't do CrossFit because it's too hard skilled. It takes too long. It takes too much commitment. It takes too much time to learn. People just get sick of getting their egos hurt doing CrossFit because it takes so long to freaking master anything, because you don't master it. You just continue to get humbled 24/7. No matter how good you are. You just get humbled all the time.
People like dumb fit. That's why I call it dumb fitness, where you like don't have to have any coordination or like any body awareness.
Dude, it's like those freaking like burn boot camp. Have you seen those like gyms?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like videos of them working out? Like they're just like, and don't get me wrong, like it's fitness, like that's good, but I do laugh at it. They're just like, yeah, like you said, dumb fitness. They're just like jackrabbiting around, just like popping and just like look like.
Have you seen the one of like they have like the handles and the trampolines and
they're
just like bounce there?
It's like middle-aged white women will do anything but lift weights.
Dude, what's funny is like that's the most Utah trash ever, bro.
Oh yeah.
Every time I see one of those videos of like something weird, I'm like, dude, this is just Utah.
All the high fitness burn boot camps, all that stuff.
Yeah. I kind of do have a problem with like the dumbing down of the open a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, so last year we started with the dumbbell snatch and the burpees. This year we started with the dumbbell snatch and the burpees. 3 years ago we started with the dumbbell snatch, wall walk, and box jump over.
Yeah.
And then we had that shuttle run and burpee pull up one. And it's like, I just feel like I don't think we've had any programmed barbell heavier than a 225 deadlift or a 135 thruster in 5 years.
Wow. I can like and dislike it.
Snatch one. With that snatch one.
Oh yeah.
But I just feel like they're. they're just dumbing it down too much. Like that's one of the things I really liked about those old gated ones where it was like you'd start at 135 clean and jerk and then like work your way up to 215.
Yeah.
Like I really thought those were perfect for the open because it kind of gave everybody like their fitness level an allowance to like work out hard and then also like push yourself for something that you haven't done before. But like just this dumb fitness all the time, I don't love doing that over and over again.
I mean, I like to wait to see like when the whole picture's out. Like, so like, it'll be interesting to see once we see all the open workouts this year. Because I'm like definitely fine with there being some pretty simple, non-complex workouts because I mean that's what allows for a lot of intensity.
Yeah.
So I do like that aspect of it. And that's like when you look at the hierarchy of fitness, right? Metabolic conditioning, and it's like,
but also like the hierarchy of fitness. It's not metabolic conditioning for some, and then, this for some, and this for what is above metabolic conditioning, weightlifting.
Oh, come on, bro. You don't know it? Metabolic conditioning, gymnastics, nutrition, metabolic conditioning, gymnastics, weightlifting and throwing, and then sport.
Well, like, I don't.
Yeah.
Some amount of gymnastics, and so
say that again.
Well, the way they're doing it now, they're having just metabolic conditioning for like a large group of people.
Okay.
Whereas I think they need to include more gymnastics and weightlifting in the open, because metabolic conditioning is the base, but it's not like you only metabolic condition for like, the bottom 99% of people.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of like that saying, the needs of an Olympic athlete and your grandmother vary by degree, not kind.
Yep.
Yet by putting metabolic conditioning as the open and then kind of increasing it as we go along through the season in difficulty is separating the Olympic athlete and the grandma.
Yeah, I mean, I can see both sides. Like, I definitely do think they've dumbed it down too much. Like last year, I freaking hated the I thought the first two workouts were so simple and just like way too basic. And I was like, I don't even remember. What was the third one? Thrusters, bar muscle up. And I kind of hate, am I right?
Yeah.
I hate where it's just like
10-10 and then the 7.
Yeah, I don't like how like first 2 weeks are just like what they are, like very just like metabolic conditioning based. And all of a sudden they try to jam pack everything in that third week. It's like, okay, we'll get a little bit of weightlifting, barbell, higher skill gymnastics. Yeah, like I would like to see it a little more spread out.
The last, I think, 3 years, maybe 4, it's been hinging and jumping or hinging and burpees. And then another like hinge with some sort of maybe like light gymnastics or something. And then the last week is like a slightly heavy, and it's been thrusters and pull-ups. And the only time it wasn't thrusters and pull-ups, it was snatches and handstand push-ups.
Yeah. It's a hard balance because like it's like we do want to like show that we are like different than like the high rocks, and we're not just like what you call the dumb fitness and just like go. But it is like also I like it's an opportunity to show like where like last week you could have like someone like a high rocks person come step in and it's like, okay, we'll see what you got on this because it's not so complex that you can't do it. So it does invite people into the door. So I do like appreciate that aspect of it. So it's hard. I don't know. I see both sides of it. I do think has been dumbed down a lot though. Like just for example, the standards, like the hang thing, like when you don't have to go straight from the hang on the dumbbell overhead, like that's just like showing that like they're just like kind of like
trying to dumb it down
on that. Yeah. Because they can't enforce the standard.
Yeah, I would love to see maybe not like a ton more stuff, but even if just like next week's workout had like a significant amount of like toes to bar or something like that. Whereas like I think it's probably going to be something pretty like simple.
This
then
week?
the last week's I think this week's going to be something pretty simple, and then I think the last week's going to be a repeat of the 21.3, which was the front squat, toe to bar, thruster, rest one, front squat, chest to bar, thruster.
Yeah.
That's what I think week 3 is going to be, and then I think next week's going to be some sort of kind of dumb fitness again.
I think this week's going to be the repeat, personally.
You think? Which one do you think it's going to be?
I want it to be the snatch one, the wall walks, wall facing handstand push-ups. I was looking at what I got on it when it came out. I was like 28th or maybe 38th, like in the world on that workout. So I like that workout.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a good one for me.
Yeah.
I think it could also.
You think it's going to be that one though?
I think it could be. I'm not like hard convinced that it will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Also, whatever.
Well, I was looking at all the open workouts from the past few years, and the only like even reasonable one left is the thruster and pull-up ones, and maybe that wall ball row ring muscle up one from 20.5.
Which one? What's 22.3? Which one's that one?
22.3.
I heard Chase Ingram that was his guess today because of gate or because
that was the. I think that was the row, or no, the thruster.
Thruster
and the
chest to bar.
It went like pull up chest to bar.
Yeah, I think because like Castro's hint was like the bullets, and there were like 223 bullets. It's like 223, 22.3.
Oh.
But like his hints never make any sense, so it's like that's like almost too obvious.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're never accurate, but that's
Yeah,
that's like too. That makes too much sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So, 24. I don't think it's gonna be a repeat from last year.
I hope not.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen.
Watch it be the second workout from last year, the deadlift and double under and row. That'd be so stupid. That'd be so
That'd
mad.
be funny. No, watch it be the freaking snatch burpee one from last year.
Dumbbell burpee again. No way.
Dumbbell snatch and burpee again.
That'd put a nail in the coffin for CrossFit.
That'd be funny, dude. I could see them doing that.
That'd be crazy. They would not.
All right, so we got the row one last year. I doubt they'll do that one.
Look at 22.3.
22. See, look, 22. Wall walk, snatch, box jump over.
Not that one. You're on the wrong one.
And then deadlift, bar facing burpees.
Hinge. Yeah, they love hinging.
Hinge jump. And that's what it was last year too. It was the snatch and then the deadlift.
So 3 years in a row, it was hinge. It was hinge jump. Hinge jump.
So this is the one he thinks it's going to be. 21 pull-ups, 42 dubs.
Yeah, that workout's fast. The workout's all right. I mean, it's a good workout for me.
I don't love it.
But it's just I don't think it's as cool as it there could be.
I don't think it's cool. I think this one's so lame.
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't like the rep scheme. Like, it just doesn't look good to me.
And like 42 double unders, like there's like 100 double unders total.
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna show you. So I don't think it's gonna be anything from this year unless it's the snatch thruster one, the repeat.
You don't think it could be that thruster one?
Which one?
The one we just looked at. Oh, you said except for that one.
No, yeah, I'm saying I think the repeat's gonna be a thruster pull-up.
Probably.
Could you see him redoing this?
Week, I'm kind of sick of them just waiting till the third week. I always do the thruster, the squatting, gymnastics. I just want something different.
Do you think it could be this?
No. I don't think they would use dumbbells. I don't think they'd use dumbbells again.
Okay. What was 3? Oh, that was the handstand push-up. Do you think it could be This one, I would actually love if they brought this one back.
That's one I've heard a lot of people talk about. I think it could be that one for sure.
40 muscle up,
That'd be
80 cal
sweet.
row, 120 wall balls. Partitioned
that'd be
anyway.
good.
This was actually a sick one. I would love to see this one come
That
back.
was my first year doing the open. Was this year, and I remember
Same.
doing the workout. I did I think I did 10 rounds,
10 rounds of 4 and
4
12.
and 12, and then finished the 80 cal buyout.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a sick one. I'd love to see this one come back.
Yeah, it's a cool workout. I like it.
Wall walk, double under.
I could see that one being one potentially.
It's
That workout was
definitely not
nasty when
gonna
it
be
first came out. I mean, that was the first time the wall walk was out, right?
one. Dude, I remember when the wall walk came out. I loved that so much because it was just
It was
like out of
devastating.
nowhere.
It was devastating.
Yeah, and like nobody was expecting it. It was just like
No. Was that the first year Boz programmed? Or was that Cat? No, it was Castro still. Okay.
Yeah. All right, this is the one. This is what I think the repeat's gonna be.
Yeah, I could see it. That's a good workout for me, so I don't care. But it's just like, yeah, that's fine. I guess it is.
Kind of played out.
Yeah, it is. The thruster and gymnastic combo is kind of boring. It's just like that same. Castro loves that, dude. Like the games last year, the final, the Hatfield one back to back.
Dude, it's so played out, bro.
And it was Hatfield obviously won back to back because it was the same workout.
Yeah.
It was the same skill set. Like, yeah. And I like how like JR talks about that. He's like, you can't make it 2-part, like each 100 part when it's testing the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you're rewarding the same person back to back. So it's like, yeah,
Unless you make them worth 50 each. This is the one you think it's gonna be, right? Or hope it is.
That's one I would
The wall
like
walk.
it to be. That workout's dirty, dude. That's like the heaviest snatches in the world. I remember when that workout, that 225 bar felt so heavy. It was felt like 275.
This one's sick. I actually really like this one.
But
I
the only
don't
thing
love-
is, like, people get capped in like right away. So it's like, are they going to be worried about pissing people off and just like giving them a workout that they can barely do?
Yeah, it seems like they would be.
But I think, I don't know. I like that aspect too, though. It's like, if you're not fit enough to play, like, too bad. Like, CrossFit
Dude,
still
for
has
real,
to have
like,
still part of that.
But that's what's good about like the ladders too, is because like, I mean, I would be pissed too if I was like doing a workout and they started with like a 315 clean and jerk. But like,
I can't hear you. You mute yourself.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
I hit my mute. But that's what's cool about these workouts with the ladders is like, if you're not fit enough to do like handstand push-ups, then you're sprinting this first part, which is still going to be like a gross workout.
Yeah. I think this was Boz. This one for sure was Boz, right? What year was
Yeah,
this?
this one's Boz. Yeah. This one's the 23.
I like Boz's programming.
I like Boz's more than Dave's.
I think I do too.
I think it's more
Personally.
unique.
It's not to say I don't think Dave's is good, but I don't know.
Bro
I
got
just
the
think
fresh cut for this picture, bro. Look at that.
yeah, man. Got lined up for the photo shoot. That was me today. I got lined up.
Yeah, looking good. I like the flow. I like the waves though.
I know, I do too. I actually really like it. If I wasn't doing CrossFit, I probably would keep growing it out. It just gets
it's
so
just annoying.
inconvenient.
Yeah.
Like as I'm training, it just gets everywhere. So I try to wear a hat, and then the hat always falls off, and so I just get sick of it just being a freaking mess.
All right, you have to tell me if you can hear this.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it.
I got like 3 more minutes. Can't hear it. I only can go like a couple more minutes though, probably.
Okay.
So
You
wrap
dude,
up
the best
on my
part's
stuff.
coming up. The best
Okay.
part is coming up.
All right, let's get it.
All right, let me try and share the screen because I lost the. She's about to blow your mind. She's about to teach you something, bro.
Excited.
A British woman is speaking. Listen and learn.
An oppressed British woman. Facts, right?
workouts. That for me was the best time in the CrossFit Open, was when they did like a part A and a part B, and part B was like a max lift. And I'm not talking about when they kind of hide max lifts behind complex gymnastics, when it felt truly inclusive, when everybody could just have a go at lifting the heaviest weight they possibly could. That was when it was most fun for me, and I know that's when it was the most fun for a lot of other people. And as an outsider watching that yesterday, it looked like I was watching a HIIT class that I now go to, that people are just really, really into and really care about judging and rep standards and all sorts, but they're literally just doing like burpees and dumbbell movements and lunges. It was really weird for me seeing it from the outside for the first time. Now, what was quite jarring for me as somebody that lives in the UK, a European person, is that it felt very, very Americanized. There were American flags everywhere. Rich was wearing those crazy American flag shorts. And I know it started in America, but for years and years, people have been asking CrossFit to make it feel more global. CrossFit says that it is a global sport, but this felt like a step backwards, almost like a, no, this is really American, and like take it or leave it sort of thing. The shorts, I know in the US, it's seen as good to be super patriotic, I gather. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that a good thing? In the UK, that is not seen as a good thing. If somebody came out wearing like Union Jack shorts.
Yeah, if I lived in the UK, I wouldn't be patriotic either.
No. Bro, the takes are crazy.
Bro, just wait. The best
The
one's coming.
inclusivity of like the programming, like she wants a part A and part B because not the one where it has the complex gymnastics buy-in. Be like, you're just mad because you're not fit enough. Like, dude, that's the whole point of CrossFit methodology. It's just like you have to be well-rounded. You cannot be a specialist. That's the whole point to it.
Yeah.
Play.
And there doesn't have to be a max lift every time.
Bro, max lifts are still played out too. They were played out for far too long in the Open. And I'm a strong guy. I like the strength lifts, but not even dude, it's dumb. The patriotism. How dare they?
Okay,
the patriotism in America.
Just wait. She's about to blow your mind. She's about to drop some knowledge on you, bro.
It would be like old man cringe, like that weird racist uncle wearing Union Jack shorts that probably thinks immigrants are trying to take his job despite the fact he only has half a GCSE. That's the kind of vibe of the people that wear Union Jacks in the UK. And being overly patriotic here is massively cringe. But I get that is something that is more normalized over there. And especially at the moment where nationalism and exclusionary attitudes are louder than ever. But again, a European athlete just died with zero mention of him at all, while they drape themselves in American flags. It feels especially tone deaf. It's clear that they don't actually care about making CrossFit more inclusive and more international. They're just reinforcing that existing inner circle to try and make that community feel stronger and cling to what used to be the old times, rich, and the Americanized story behind CrossFit. That's what it feels like. There was also a no rep on the demo. My partner spotted that. He doesn't do CrossFit. He's never really done CrossFit. He's done functional training and he's attended a couple of CrossFit gyms. Oh no, actually they weren't affiliated. He's done CrossFit sort of stuff, but he saw the no rep straight away. I know a lot of other people did. Again, I don't massively care about the workout. And also it feels like a bit much, like carrying loads about no rep and about no reps with the athletes. Like burpees and dumbbell clean and jerks, especially done that fast, they're going to be hard to judge and also hard for athletes to.
She brought it up and then said it feels like a lot to care about no reps.
Bro.
Like nobody else brought it up but you.
Bro.
Okay, just wait. We got to keep.
My husband, he's done. I gotta go. We gotta get off this last point. I gotta go in like 1 minute. But he's done functional training, but he hasn't done CrossFit.
I gotta find this last point. Okay, here it is.
I heard him play it.
Realize the meaning of these words until some can. Of course, there are going to be no reps. It's not that deep, really. Now, we had Bob come out. I like Bob. He seems like a nice man. But he said something that I've heard so many times within the CrossFit community, and I didn't realize the meaning of these words until I recently started watching documentaries on cults recently. And I know that's a bit of a dark turn, but sometimes I get interested in weird things. Stay with me. Bob said, I drank the Kool-Aid. And it was only recently that I understood what that meant. Let me read this on my computer. Drinking the Kool-Aid is a phrase that refers to the Johnstown massacre in 1978, when over 900 people died by unaliving themselves. Obviously, I can't say that word. It's used as a metaphor for blindly accepting a group's ideology or leader's dogma.
Jim Jones decided to use a cyanide-laced drink to poison the members of the People's Temple during the Jonestown Massacre. While it was often referred to as Kool-Aid, the actual drink was Flavor-Aid.
CrossFitters say this positively a lot of the time, and he was saying it positively. He was like, yeah, I drank the Kool-Aid. They're literally talking about mass unaliving within a cult. You don't know what more to say about that. So you are saying that it's a cult then? That's basically what you're saying with that. Again, I'm not from the US. We don't say that. We don't have Kool-Aid. I don't actually know what Kool-Aid is, to be honest. I'm not that aware of American beverages. I don't really have any words for that. Not okay. It's not okay. Maybe he doesn't know what that means.
It's not okay.
Bro,
it's not
imagine being offended by a figure of speech.
It's not okay.
A figure of speech. And then also, you can't even say the word suicide. You have to say unalive because it sounds not as harsh off the tongue. I hate that, dude. Oh
Bro,
my gosh.
So
unalive is crazy.
All right, I want to do something real quick.
I do. I have to go. I got to coach a class right now.
Okay, I'm just going to go over this by myself. All right, thanks, bro.
Yep, talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Since she talked about that Kool-Aid thing, how it has such negative history. The Kool-Aid thing. When Bob said he liked to drink the CrossFit Kool-Aid, he was actually talking about how he's a cult leader and he wants to kill 900 people. I thought it would be cool to see if there's any other English words or phrases that have negative undertones to them. Give me a list. This is ChatGPT, by the way. Give me a list of 20 English words or phrases that have dark origins. See what ChatGPT got to say. Here are 20 English words and phrases that have surprisingly dark origins. Sporty Beth, please, please, please do not use any of these phrases or words because it's not okay. Deadline. Originally referred to a boundary in Civil War prisons. If prisoners crossed it, they could be shot. Don't say that. Mad as a hatter. I don't think we would say that in the U.S., but you might say it over there. Comes from 18th and 19th century hat makers who used mercury in their work, leading to neurological damage and insanity. Mad as a hatter. Rule of thumb. I bet you she says this. What is the origin? Believed to originate from an old law allowing men to beat their wives with a nose stick thicker than their thumb. Oh my gosh. I did not know that. That's the craziest. Holy crap. Sporty Beth. Rule of thumb? That's where it comes from? Okay. All right. Graveyard shift. Refers to late night work shift, but originally came from the practice of watching graves to ensure no one was buried alive. Okay, that's weird. Saved by the bell. Thought to originate from the 18th century fear of premature burial, where bells were attached to coffins so buried people could signal they were alive. What's up with people getting buried on accident? I think Saved by the Bell comes from boxing, I would imagine. Blackmail. Comes from 16th century Scotland, where tenants paid protection money to avoid violence, often in black cattle. Blood is thicker than water. The original phrase, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, meant chosen bonds are stronger than family ties. The opposite of its modern meaning. Wow. Pulling someone's leg. Often or originally referred to thieves tripping victims to rob them, sometimes leading to fatal injuries. Going cold turkey comes from a way a person's skin looks during severe withdrawal from drugs or alcohol. Oh my gosh. Dude, you know what I want to do? I want to go through Sporty Beth's videos and see if she's used any of these, because she did not like Bob using drank the Kool-Aid, which I use, which I didn't know the origins of. I just had always heard people say I drank the Kool-Aid. But, language is not allowed to morph and change over time. Whatever the original meaning of the phrase is, that is what it means, even to this day in the big 2025. Bite the bullet. Under the weather. Break a leg. One theory of this comes from theater superstitions, but another suggests it refers to a time when actors would break their leg to bow before getting paid. The fudge? A baker's dozen originates in medieval England, where bakers would give an extra loaf to avoid being punished for selling short weight bread. Kick the bucket possibly comes from the method of hanging. Yeah. The third degree comes from harsh police interrogation techniques that involve physical or psychological torture. Die Hard, originally referred. Okay. I bet you that in one or more of her videos, Sporty Beth has said deadline for sure. She's probably said mad as a hat. I don't know how to do a British accent. She's probably said rule of thumb. She's probably said cold turkey. And she's probably said maybe those 4. Anyway, that video is just crazy. She's got a lot of hot takes. I like it. Some of them I kind of agree with. Like, I do agree that the Open has become too dumbed down. I also agree that... What else did I agree with in her video? That might be it. The Open's too dumbed down. Anyway, if you watch this, thanks for watching, and goodbye.